We will begin with David Andrews. My charity will have the first question, and anyone else who'd like to ask a question, please click the raise hand button. Thank you.
Hey, David, how are you?
Hi, Cal, how are you?
Good. Hey, I wanted to get your thoughts on last night and being given that honor of being the Ron Burton Community Service Award winner.
Yeah, it's a huge honor. Still kind of just humbled by it. Um, you know, Such a guys that I've looked up to in this program. Especially on the offensive line, the Matt Lies, Joe Andruzzi. You see, when you come in the building, the pictures of all the guys who've won it. So, it's a huge thing, and it's something. Being here, you understand how much giving back to the community means, and really made this place a home and love this community, love this area, and it's just something important to me to try to always give back. So it's just a huge honor.
And just as a follow-up, but on football, how do you feel like the offensive line is coming together here after a few weeks of practice?
Yeah, we're definitely making improvements, and I think that's what we want to try to do. No one week one is going to be, in the best shape they should be in all season, right? You got to improve, each week, each day. And I think that's something we've put an emphasis on here since I've been here is, let's come in each day and improve, each week and improve, and just keep building that, just kind of head down, keep working, and hopefully kind of toward the end of the year, you look up and you can see the fruits of your labor there. And, but I think that's something you just try to improve each week and, throughout the year, instead of kind of going, up, and then crashing, just steadily keep building.
Next question, Evan Lazar.
Hey, David, I just wanted to ask you, in the run game for an offensive lineman, is there any major differences for you guys if you're blocking on, let's say, like a zone read or something where the quarterback is involved versus just a straight handoff to the running back?
No, there's different schemes in all the things we do, and within each scheme has its own, different techniques. I think something that we've done here for a long time is try to keep a lot of things, together, and kind of the base techniques or the techniques. It's because I think that's where it all really starts, is all the technique. Each play kind of is each man's technique. And you build to all 11, and that's how you have a successful play a lot of times. So, just continue working those techniques, and I think it's every scheme has its own, minutia or certain type of technique, I guess.
I also just wanted to ask you about being named a team captain for, I think this is the fourth time in your career. Just what's that mean to you to get that honor?
Yeah, it's a huge honor. It's something I take a lot of pride in. And I love the game of football, and the game's been really good to me. And a lot of the guys that I played football with throughout my career have had a huge impact on my life. So, it's a huge honor and something, I'm very humbled by, and, take with great responsibility.
Thanks, David.
Yep.
I don't see any additional hands raised. If you have a question, please unmute yourself and feel free to ask.
Guys have a lot more questions when we're in person.
Bob looks like he has a question.
Well, I just joined on, so I'm a bit late. I hope I don't repeat anybody else's question. But first, let me start by, I'm sure, repeating and saying congratulations, David. Well deserved.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
I guess, did you have any idea? There's so many guys on this team that are quality candidates for an honor like that every year. Did you have any idea of what it was going to be like to walk into an NFL locker room and find that? The way that these players give back, the guys that are around you, and kind of that spirit of volunteerism with the Patriots?
I didn't know what to expect. And I guess to me, coming in and seeing how genuine it was. And I think it's something that, the players take a lot of credit for, but it really starts from the top down. Seeing the Kraft family, do a lot of things and be involved, and, not really just, putting money, but their actual time, their presence, and I think that means a lot, to people, to see them, come to these events or whatever it may be. Right. And, so I think it's something that really starts at the top down. And it's something I came in here and just had no idea. Just started doing it just because it felt like the right thing to do. And it's amazing, you're helping people, but what you really get out of it. And, doing all that stuff and the people you get to meet and, you can see how much it means to people. And it's such little effort for you to do something right to make someone's day, week, month, year, whatever it may be. It's something that's been important to this organization for a long time now, and something I'm proud, to try to keep continuing and building on.
Did you see that impact the way someone like maybe your uncle or some of the guys that were upperclassmen at Georgia or early on in your Patriots career, did you see people have that impact on others and that register with you that you really can make somebody's day simply by acknowledging them or saying hello?
I think, when I was around my uncle at his training camps, obviously, I couldn't really see what they were doing on Tuesday on their off days, right? Because I was in school, but we would go up to their practices in the afternoon once my football season was over, the regular season, and having guys just take the time to say hello to me. And, it just meant a lot to me as a, little kid that looked up to these guys, right? And, I was fortunate to be out there running around having a good time at practice, but, you couldn't imagine that impact that those players had on me. How they treated me meant a lot to me growing up. And you could just, it just has a huge impact. And you don't, a simple hello or how you doing, a smile, you don't know how that can impact someone. Like I said, it's such an easy thing to do.
Just quickly, did you ever have the opposite experience? I know some guys have talked about that in the past, where maybe when they were kids, they looked up to a guy that they considered a role model or a hero. And
yeah, I mean, I won't say any names, but
yeah.
there's definitely, players, I can remember going to a spring training, right? And my dad was a big baseball fan, and so we would go down to spring trainings, and there were some guys that would throw you baseballs or talk to you, whatever. Then some guys who wouldn't give you the time of day, and I can remember being in Georgia. This was before spring games were 100,000 people, and I was at the University of Georgia, a little kid, and Mark Richt was actually in the stands watching the game. And I walked over to him and just sat in the stands and talked to him as like a little elementary school. It was one of the first years he was coaching. And then after we drove by the Georgia football facility, and David Pollock was standing out in the parking lot. And like, he was a hero to me growing up, and went and talked to him, and, he signed a hat for me and just spent some time talking to me. I was just a little fat, chubby elementary school kid. And, so things like that just have a huge impact on you. And, like I said, for him, it was no skin off his back probably, but, it made a huge impact on me. And, hopefully I can still make the impact on, some kids or, other people.
David, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob.
Are there any final questions for David? All good? All right,
Bob, you
guys.
having an early Friday on the back porch, huh?
Thanks, David.
Out here with the dog.
Yeah, I hear you. Me too. See you guys.
Take care.